So let's look at the last quarter of our dialogue. Can you explain a bit on what you are doing right now and what is your institute, how it is connected with the, let's say, the broader public theme as well, and also if you can, of course, whatever is possible and allowed within your institution's mandate, could you also share how it is actually so important in terms of environment, climate, and sustainability?
I work at the Federal Institute for Geosciences and Natural Resources. And in our campus, there are two other institutions which share the same office, not office space, but the same campus. One is the Leibniz Institute for Applied Geophysics and the State Geological Survey of Niedersachsen, the Landesamt für Bergbau, Energie and Geologie. So BGR belongs to the central government, and Leibniz Institute is a research institute, and LBEG belongs to the state. And the BGR has 4 departments, one dealing with natural resources, one with groundwater, one with the use of underground space, which comes below the ground, the space which is used for groundwater, and the other one is for international collaboration and things like that, right? So I work in the department of underground usage of space. So my focus is to develop methods and use it to simulate storage of nuclear waste in geological formations. So for that, there are different criteria. It's all on the internet. There has also been recently a big press conference where they have published regions of Germany which, in their opinion, is suitable to investigate further. So if you taking that as an example, one of that would be to say you have a generic region you have been given, and you see what kind of criteria needs to be fulfilled to ensure good containment. And then you see what kind of methods you have to develop in order to calculate this containment to the desired level of accuracy over the desired period of time. So, which means also, basically it's okay, so start from one end to the other. It deals with understanding the physics of the problem and understanding how it can be translated into numerical methods, which you use for simulation, and in understanding the accuracy of those methods, if they still maintain that accuracy for the duration of time which you need to prove good containment. And when you apply those methods to a particular, in this case, a generic storage scenario, then the results have to be interpreted from the point of view of regulation. So that is the last part, right? You have to confirm always to the regulation. So you need to be sure that the simulation output which you're getting is accurate enough so that it can be it can be used to apply in the real world.
Right.
So that is like, if very briefly put, from one end to the other.
Yes, I got it.
Go ahead, Bala,
so
sorry.
In your field, how much international cooperation is happening, or specifically to India? Um, how is it about? Is how far India is contributing to that field worldwide, and also do you have specifically cooperation at this moment, or where do you see the opportunity or possibility?
To be honest, there are a lot of research groups in India dealing with porous media research. But I personally am not aware of any group or any federal office or state office which is responsible for such disposal of nuclear waste. So I really cannot say. I mean, very now focusing on nuclear waste disposal, that what is the current status in India. But there are definitely a lot of collaboration happening between universities in Germany and universities in India in porous media research. But from the BGR, there is definitely a lot of collaboration happening in Asia. But in other fields, for example, in groundwater, right? For more like or in exploitation of natural resources or such things. But from this point, from the geological disposal point of view, I'm really not aware of any, at least with the BGR, I'm pretty sure there's no collaboration going on. I'm not aware whether India is in touch with any other institution or university in Germany for this particular topic.
Okay. Finally, let's take 2-3 minutes. How do you keep in touch with your alma mater? I mean, your institution in India or with Stuttgart. You regularly contact them in terms of whether you are, taking any courses or giving any talks at some point of time, or when you are visiting, India, whether you are visiting your institution or you are thinking about maybe, engaging yourself with your old institution to just say a little bit more on those aspiring youth, young minds, how they should look at it, generally in terms of research, of your experiences in Germany, on how you really look at research, or how here they look at research, and also if they are aspiring for specializing themselves abroad, how they should approach based on your experiences, again, not going or reinventing the wheel of mistakes or things that probably you might have gone through.
Yeah, I did it once where the 6 of us who are still in Germany, we went to Stuttgart. We gave a talk to the new students, just giving an impression of what are the fields that you can work in after you complete, and just like general tips. And then there was also like an not so formal meet and greet where you could also like talk very
Right.
one-on-one, where you can also share like your personal experience or personal suggestions. That in Stuttgart we did it once, but then the course also has to initiate this with the people who are still remaining in Germany. That has not happened again after this. Once I went in 2016, I think, or 15. And with my institute in Stuttgart, we are regularly in touch because, like I said, we come from the same research school. And if we have an opening which we think suits somebody graduating from that institute, so we send the opening to them. So, or if we need some scientific discussion, then we initiate that. So it's always that is going on. But with India, it's not so much, because maybe in my case, because like the field I'm working in right now is very far away from what I studied in in India in my bachelor's. I mean, of course, there were subjects which directly linked to this field, but that these were only isolated subjects. Like I said, the focus of environmental engineering when I studied was more on sanitary engineering and public health and such aspects, and less on groundwater modeling and or theory of porous media and things like that. But yeah, if there is an opportunity, I would I would be happy to say that okay, civil engineers or environmental engineers potentially have also this field where they can work. This is also an interesting field because people coming from India, they are like they have more like a 0-1 kind of approach. They say either university or completely like industry, but this is neither university nor industry, but it is still a scientific line of work. And yeah, that's my intention, was just to make this field also visible to incoming students.
Good. I think, yeah, we will also keep in mind, and maybe you find an opportunity next time when you are going to India, maybe just visit your institution and say hi, and then maybe, you know, one or other professors you know still is there, and just you can drop down in a classroom and just say that I'm here, and whoever want to aspire for higher studies generally do things. I mean, sometimes this is coming very fresh, and it's refreshing for that, you know, somebody like all of us, like 12th class, and there you come to the bachelor's, you have no idea how things are going. So I think maybe if you find time, but we will also keep in mind, and if something we come across from the university or some international cooperation from India or somewhere in your topic, we'll be in touch with you as well. So maybe someone who sees your interview now, maybe or is interested and getting in touch with you. Vinay, thanks a lot for that. I think we said 40 minutes, but we are almost an hour. That's how it all goes on. You know, when you are interestingly looking into that, it takes time. But I mean, it was very, very, let's say, lively, and I'm pretty sure it's being going to be seen by people, and then who really they are, you know, wishing either way to study here or who want to be in your topic.
Yeah, thank you very much for the invitation and for the opportunity.
Absolutely, I think we are delighted. So thanks a lot, viewers, for this episode of NISARG. We will meet you in the next one with another interesting topic, and yeah, who is doing research in Germany or maybe in India, but they are working closely with Germany. And wish you all well. Stay safe. Thank you, Vinay. All the best. Bye.
Thank you, Bala. Bye.